I feel like crap. Hi. Today I'm going to be talking about my hormone problems and how I have tried to turn them around and regulate my hormones and fix everything that's going on inside. First of all, let me just tell you a little bit of backstory. I have been dealing with hormonal issues for a few years. Irregular periods, getting sick pretty easily, extra pain during period times, mood swings, all of that sort of thing. Every time I would go back to college, I'd always get sick. And you know, as college kids, you're like, oh yeah, it's pretty normal to get sick. Well, for me, this has been happening before college, and I never knew that there was like a way to help that. So I came to the conclusion that's not normal, and I have been trying to figure out how to fix all of this. And now I have a wonderful hormone doctor. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys the things that I have put in my life to help regulate my hormones and help me to not be sick. I'm just going to share with you what I have learned is best for my body, and this is an ongoing journey. I'm still trying to battle certain things. Let's get started.
Let's take a few moments to hear from my past self when I was sick and honestly pretty annoyed because I do a lot of things in order to prevent myself from things like getting sick, and here's me in my frustration.
This is why it's so important to me to balance out my hormones, get them regulated. This is why I take certain vitamins. This is why I make adrenal cocktails. This is why I am careful of what I eat and how much sleep that I get. And here we are yet again, and it all doesn't matter. All went to crap.
Alright, now that that's over, let's get into the things that I do on a daily basis to prevent things like that, me getting sick. Even though it does still happen sometimes and it can be annoying, but that's just life. We're going to start with what my morning looks like. I take different supplements from my hormone doctor that help keep my hormones regulated. I take an iron supplement. I take an adaptogen, which is for adrenal support, and I also take a digestive supplement. This adaptogen was recommended by my hormone doctor, and I take 2 of these every morning, but fun fact, this is actually empty and I'm setting it on my notepad to remember to order it. Just being real. Now, this is an iron supplement, and I was not recommended this, so I don't even know if I should be taking it, but I wanted to give it a try. I'm giving things a try. So I take 1 iron supplement, and so far it's been helping with my energy levels. Next, I take this digestive stress care supplement, and it has a bunch of different amazing things inside of it. This was not recommended by my hormone doctor, but I did find this at Target and wanted to give it a try, and I've liked it so far. Look at this cute glass that I use to take my supplements with. This helps me want to take them, and it's from the syrup brand called Proper. If you're a barista, maybe you've heard of it. Alright, now we're going to get into some foods that I eat and why I eat them. First of all, I love yogurt, and it's great for your gut health. And I was told by my hormone doctor that it's important to eat a meal before you have caffeine. And knowing me, I am a huge coffee drinker, huge caffeine drinker. Next, we have me making my matcha. But I did already eat, and so I'm going to reward myself with a matcha. I use jade leaf matcha, absolutely love it. It has a little bit of sugar, and that's it. And I put it into this handy steamer. It's made for milk, but I use water and put my matcha in there and heat it up, and it mixes it pretty well.
This is good. This is me being for real right now. Wellness has a lot to do with mental health and sleep. And today, you know, I've been doing pretty good for food-wise and everything, but my mental, I spent way too much time on my phone, and I regret it. I don't know what else I would be doing, but there's gotta be something else I could have been doing. So, I'm taking today as my rest day, you know? Rest can look very different. It could mean more sleep. It could mean you need to do an activity that is restful to your mind. Like maybe it is something mindless, like you're coloring or using your hands in some way. Anyways, or it could mean you need to stimulate your brain. Do some Sudoku. Or maybe you just need to go outside in nature. You need to lay in the sun. You need to go for a walk. Today, I decided to scroll my phone. And I'm not going to get down on myself because we all need those days. We all have those days. So here's me deciding to drink a matcha to bring up my energy levels and not get down on myself for how I chose to spend today. The day's not over yet, so cheers to not getting down on ourselves for decisions that we have made. We're still thriving.
Here is another one of my favorite drinks to make, and I usually actually drink this during my lunch break for work, and it includes coconut milk, and I actually just use the coconut fat from the coconut milk. It includes 1 part orange juice and 1 part coconut water, and I also put a little dash of lemon juice and a pinch of salt, and I also squeeze a little bit of lime juice, and then I put it into a blender and blend it up until it's smooth.
Oh my gosh, guys, I forgot honey. I'm like, why in the heck is it so sour? My trick for honey is to take some water, put the honey in the water in a microwave safe glass, microwave that 30 seconds, and then we're gonna mix it up and pour it into the drink. Otherwise, usually if you blend it, it works pretty good. Or if you mix it with lemon juice, if you put the lemon juice in first, mix it with that because it's acidic, that usually works pretty good. This is the fast way. Also, just so y'all know, I have a terrible headache right now, all the way up. But I think it's because I haven't had any good electrolytes lately. I've been drinking my water, so usually when I get headaches, I am needing electrolytes. So I don't know what that means, if that's some kind of condition or my body just needs it. I'm not sure, but look at that. Mix that in, dump it in here. There we go. So much better. If you want to, you can also blend this with ice or put ice in it, but I used quite a bit of orange juice and coconut water, which I leave in my fridge, so it's perfect for me.
Okay, we're moving on to how important I find it is to take care of your mental and physical health. Here is a little bit of what I do in the gym. I like to stretch and get my body feeling warmed up and ready to support the workout I'm about to do. I like to lift heavier and do about 3 to 4 sets of whatever workout I may be doing. And this is to not heighten cortisol levels. When you're lifting heavy, your cortisol isn't going to be as high because your body isn't as stressed out. Things like cardio, I do try to avoid because it tends to stress my body out and make my cortisol levels skyrocket. Another important thing for mental health that is important for me is going to the market every Saturday. This is a routine and I know what to expect. I get to see the people that I love and I get to buy myself a little coffee and maybe some breakfast. And this is just one of many things that I like to implement for my mental health, and it's just something that I can look forward to after a long week of work. All right, we're diving into what I do on a nightly basis. I take magnesium. My hormone doctor did recommend me magnesium. This is not the one that she recommended. This one's actually a lower dose, but I was out and I was desperate. The next thing I take is Zyrtec, an allergy pill, and I just take one of these, and I do take it daily. I take it once a day, and it's 1 pill every night. One other important step that was recommended by my hormone doctor is this Progest cream. Now, this is a progesterone cream that is going to help balance out my estrogen, because right now my estrogen is high, and this progesterone cream is going to support during leading up to my period. So I only put this cream on in the days leading up to my period, and I stop using it when I get my period because my progesterone levels actually naturally increase during my period. And this helps with aches and pains, helping my mood, and do this every night. You can rub it on your abdomen, you can rub it on your wrists. I love to rub it on my chest because it does help with breast pain, and it also has lavender, which is great before bed. Okay, now I'm gonna get into some things that I like to prep the night before, especially on work days. One thing I'm including in this video is my overnight oats. I made this all the time in college and I use it up to until this day. It's oats, and then you mix it with Greek yogurt, and I think I was out of Greek yogurt. I'm just using regular yogurt here. Slivered almonds, and I also like to add a little berry, usually a dried berry because it just stores better, and then I just put that in the fridge and let it sit overnight. I also have an obsession with animal crackers. It's my guilty pleasure, and it is the snack that gets me through the day, so I make sure that I'm stocked full on that. The next thing I grab is this little eye mask pack that you can put into your microwave. I got this from a little shop in Arizona, and I like to put lavender oil on it, and then I spritz it with some water, and I put it in the microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's just the perfect thing that is so cozy before bed. One thing that's important to me also is the temperature in my apartment. It has to be cool. I have it set at 66. Some of you might think that's crazy, but it's what works for me, okay? Another thing is this app called Endel, and this is not sponsored. I wish I was big enough to be sponsored, but my boyfriend actually showed me this app, and it is white noise during the day or while you sleep. And I have the free version, so I just go into the sleep section of the app and you can adjust your noise with all these different sounds, and then I leave it on overnight. Another thing that I like to do, sometimes I charge my phone across the room by my couch. There is a charger plugged in on the wall, as you can see, but sometimes my boyfriend calls me in the middle of the night, and when I'm lonely, I like to make sure I'm available, so I keep my phone closer. Not the best habit, but it keeps me happy. I like to put my phone on the ground so that it's not close to my head. I make sure, of course, that my air's on, and I also turn on this fan, not only for the extra added white noise, but it also just helps keep things moving, the air flowing. Now, let me show you this amazing eye mask. My boyfriend actually found this and got it for me. It has holes cut out by the eyes so that your eyes don't become achy or hurt, because one of the problems I have with eye masks is that they hurt my eyebrows and cause headaches the next day, and it helps me sleep because I need the room to be pitch black. Another thing I love is lighting. I have a lamp, I have these little bulb lights. They are all warm lighting, and it's important for me to turn off the overhead lights in my apartment so that I can have a nice warm atmosphere before bed. The last thing to this video is going to be past me again, telling you about some things that comfort me when I do get sick, because it's just inevitable. So I do have certain things that are my favorite, and maybe you'd be interested to know what comforts me while I'm sick, and maybe they'll comfort you too.
Got Pedialyte popsicles in the freezer. Jet Puff marshmallows, baby. This right here is my saving grace. Every time I'm sick, the grossest white bread soaks up all the mucus. I was prescribed this nasal spray, as I always am. This is like my 3rd or 4th time trying this. Good old faithful cold and flu. Actually, it's not good and old faithful, because what medications work for me vary. Usually I end up getting a shot in my butt, but they said it's viral, so here we are, living in pain. Woo! But I've been given the best spot in the house tonight, ladies and gents, on the yellow couch.
It's beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. Hear my words and listen to my signal of distress. I grew up in the city and know sometimes we had less.